This transition to digital business requires CIOs, chief data officers, CDOs, and data and analytics leaders to make a leap toward a new view of data and analytics. No, I didn't do well. I repeat.
Okay, let's do it together.
This transition
to digital business requires CIOs, chief data officers, CDOs, and data and analytics leaders. Because the first time you did it, you split your chunk. Data analytics leaders is one word. It's John.
So no be an S here because it's like an adjective. So it should be data and analytic leaders.
That would normally be the case, and that's well analysed, except that analytic doesn't exist in singular. It's a non-countable, always used plural. For like, it's only used in plurals. The analytics. Analytics it's like accounts. Accounts means the department. Okay, an account means tu cuenta. Contabilidad in English is accounts. Like, for example, the media. No, means newspapers, TV. You always use that in the plural. Media is plural for medium. But nobody ever says the medium. Medium means the way to do something. Okay, so there are certain words that are used as a plural. Always. To make a leap toward.
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 A new view of data.
A new view of data and analytics. Mister. A new view of data and analytics.
That's absolutely correct. What I was going to do was, the first time I did it, because it's a long chunk, and say, and analytics, which I then giving some sentence stress. You see what I mean? So I'm playing a game, but you're absolutely right. That you have a list of two. With a list of two, what can you do?
Making the chunk together.
You can either make the chunk together of data and analytics. And there I'm doing fish and chips. I'm not saying and, I'm saying data and analytics.
Data and analytics.
Or I can do two with each one separate. Data and analytics.
Yeah.
Accounts and law. No? They're two different things.
This is like fish and chips.
Exactly. So you know. So it's data and analytics.
Yeah.
So we're now going to do this with longer chunks. Okay? You are right to correct me there, because these two are the same thing. It goes together. It's not two different departments. It's one department, no?
Yes.
So now we're going to do the same sentence with longer chunks. This transition to digital business requires CIOs, chief data officers, CDOs, and data and analytics leaders.
Requires CIOs, chief data officers, CDOs, and data...
No, I didn't understand that. Now, why?
CDOs.
It sounded like a list of things, and it sounded like chief data officers and CDOs were two different things. You've got to make me hear that they're the same thing, but it's in brackets.
Okay. This transition to digital business requires CIOs, chief data officers, CDOs, and data and analytics leaders. To make a leap toward...
Hang on a second. To make a leap toward a new view of data and analytics. So what did I do? I did a mini pause. Here, okay? But I did it like one big chunk with two chunks stuck together. I'll do it again. To make a leap... my mistake. To make a leap toward a new view of data and analytics.
To make a leap toward a new view of data analytics.
To make a leap toward a new view of data and analytics.
To make a leap toward a new view of data analytics.
Okay. Now, what was I doing then? What did I do? You tell me.
Emphasize the new view.
Okay. They need to move past the old mindset of keeping siloed data.
They need to move past the old mindset of keeping siloed data.
Business applications and analytics applications grounded in data warehousing and business intelligence BI systems.
Business applications and analytics applications grounded in data warehousing and business intelligence systems.
Primarily for enterprise reporting and basic analytical purposes.
Primarily for enterprise reporting and basic analytical purposes.
Again?
Primarily for enterprise reporting.
Primarily
for enterprise reporting and basic analytical purposes.
Again, get it right, okay? Just because what are we doing? Longer chunks, okay? Longer chunks, more difficult. Sounds more cool, easy to understand. I'll do it again. It's more difficult, I'm making mistakes too. Primarily for enterprise reporting and basic analytical purposes. Primarily
for enterprise reporting and basic analytical purposes.
Instead, that's it, with it, now we've got a comma. They need to look at data as the raw material for any decision.
They need to look at data.
Stop. Relax. When you're ready, we want no... okay? If you make a mistake, stop and start again.
They need to look at data as the raw material for any decision.
Decision. And consider that data comes from both within and outside the enterprise.
And consider the data comes from both within and outside the enterprise.
Again with no mistake.
And consider the data comes from both within and outside the enterprise. Within and outside the enterprise.
This is?
Within. Enterprise. Enterprise.
Enterprise?
No, the first one.
Introduce el precio?
No, enterprise.
Enterprise. Because I heard enterprise.
Because of the... Okay.
S and Z.
If there was the short, yeah. Enterprise.
Okay.